you're fighting your promotion. They didn't hear that. Turn to the other neighbor. Maybe you needed that. All the things that you're fighting when God is moving on you to change is actually your promotion. And you're sitting up here fighting this and fighting that. There's some disturbances in relationships because some folk you have to let go. And you know you got to let them go, but you won't let them go. And God said, I'm trying to promote you. They were seasonal. They were there for a moment. I've got to change that. There's some positions and places that you're trying to hold on to. And God said, let it go. I'm trying to promote you. And you're telling God, but I'm stressed out. Well, God said, I'm trying to hold on because everything is changing. Well, I'm not changing. I'm the same today as I was yesterday and forevermore. And I'll keep taking you to different degrees of grace. I want to suggest to you that most of us in here haven't lived yet. I want to suggest to you that most of us are sitting eating stale bread. Hello, somebody. God says, I am promoting you. I am moving you. I am delivering you. And you're sitting up there talking about, well, that ain't the way I'm. Some of you are too quiet. God's trying to make you loud. Well, I always been quiet. You better open up your mouth. You know what it's like to be quiet. Now I want to put you in another dimension to show when you open up your mouth, things will happen. Things will shift. Things will change. And then some of you been too loud and God say, shut up. I'm going to give you a blessing because I'm speaking a still small voice. I'm pulling you out of your personality into my image where I have called you to be. I don't want you holding on to you. I want you to embrace me. Talking about I gotta be me. You were created in my image, God said, not yours. Watch this. Watch this now. I'm almost finished. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Please hear this. He's moving. He's moving. He's moving. And in change is always accompanied by crisis. God delivered Israel from Egypt and slavery. These were his people. His deliverance was not based on entirely where he took them from, but where he wanted them to go. Deuteronomy 6:23 says he brought us out of there that he might bring us in to give us. What's this? God's viewpoint is totally different from ours. We want to escape from some undesirable places or conditions. We want to avoid problems, difficulties, punishments, corrections, and hard issues of life because they're negative in nature. God's view is totally different. Hear me. Because God is inherently positive. God always thinks of releasing us to something, a better place, a better condition, a better life. Please hear me. Transition is necessary for God to take us out of something so he can put us in a better place. He took them out of Egypt to a land flowing with milk and honey. If you understand this, you'll find yourself like the first generation coming out. Please hear this. I want you to understand the seriousness of this message this morning. God gave me this a week ago. That's when I grabbed Sam. I said, I want you to sing this. Change one line. Please hear me. God says, when I got ready to promote them who were in Egypt for 400 years, making brick without straw, approximately 430. He said, I brought them out. They were happy to come out at first. But they thought all I was trying to do was bring them out. So, like many of us, we get delivered from something, we shout and not understand God ain't finished. He only delivers you out of something to take you. He doesn't intend for you to stay in between. If you don't hear me today, you could die in the in-between and your children will have to get the promotion, which will put you generations behind. I am a God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which means I'm generational. Which means every generation has an assignment and a promotion to move in so the next generation doesn't have to deal with the old system. But if you never deal with that, then you delay things a whole generation. So the ones that are coming up got to deal with what you should have dealt with. And they died without the promotion. God is taking you in a place of liberty and freedom, and you're trying to hold on to bondage. Are excited about the half process of God. Well, I got delivered from drugs 10 years ago, but I'm back on them now. The only reason you're back is because you never let him take you where he wanted to take you. You were satisfied with deliverance and not promotion. Hear me. Hear me. Catch it good. I'm about through, please. We can miss our promised land by missing the pattern and principle of God. Do you believe in the crisis you are currently dealing with, that God is trying to take you somewhere better than where you were? I want you to hear this. I don't want to preach this. I want you, in the midst of whatever crisis or stress you're in, do you not understand God is at work taking you somewhere better? He's saying, stop discussing the crisis. Look up and see where I'm taking you. Look up and know that I am transitioning you. I am God all by myself. I can change the hearts of kings. I can rearrange and reorchestrate circumstances and situations. I didn't ask you, could you see it right now? I need to first see if you can believe it. Because if you can believe I am God, if you can believe you don't lose with me, if you can believe I am the giver of good gifts, if you can believe that I have plans and thoughts for you, plans to prosper you and to give you a hope, if you can believe it, you can definitely walk in it. But if you get tied up and stressed out in what the process is, you'll miss where you're going. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. God's primary and fundamental goal for our life is to bring us into a close relationship with him. In this whole process, Ephesians 5:1, therefore be imitators of God as dear children. He wants to bring us into that place and position, but first he has to bring us out of old habits, wrong attitudes, sinful thoughts, drama, and selfish actions. Our response is to allow God to lead us out so he can lead us in. We leave old and enter by a new way of crisis. Every woman in here who has brought forth a child knows I bring forth new in a crisis. You're at a time of life and death. You're stressed and being monitored. Everybody knows you're in the pain of delivering something to another dimension. The baby is being monitored. The stress and the crisis of the moment. Everybody knows it, but what keeps everybody going is that something new is about to happen. And this stress and crisis is temporary. No, you missed that. The process of you entering into a new life, the pain of it, the crisis of it, the stress of it is temporary. it does have an expiration date. Watch this now. Watch this now. Play softly. Watch this. Watch this now. Something new is on its way to your life. Watch this. Watch this. Listen to me. I know there's a whole lot of change has been going, a whole lot of stuff real fast and all that. In Joshua 1, he goes to Joshua and says, Moses, my servant is dead. Now arise. Immediately, Joshua had to understand he had to change relationships. When God gets ready to promote you, relationships change. Watch this now. Hear this. The big problem with many of us, we don't want to let go when God says that Moses is dead. Whether it be him or her. Immediately, Joshua did not have time to mourn something that was dear to him, that was good for him for a season, but could not do nothing for him now. It was time for you to be promoted. Once he got promoted and took the responsibility, then God said, get over this Jordan, which means move from here over here. Some of you in mind need to move from here over here. Some of you in spirit need to move from over here. Some of you physically need to move from over here. He changes your place. The Jordan represents death. There's some stuff you got to die to get to where you got to go to. And then he told them not to let one of my instructions, as you are strong and courageous, read and meditate and stay in my word. And whatever I tell you, that's what you're to do. And then you will make your way prosperous, which means then you change culturally. Too many of us are still trying to do it the way we were born, the way we were raised. And God said, well, that's fine. It's so funny. My mom used to, on New Year's Day, we were raised that she would just have a fit if a woman came to the house first. That was bad luck. My mama never cussed until her sister came over. Because to her, she messed up the whole year. A man's supposed to be your first visitor. I grew up in that culture. And I would call a friend after I left home and tell him, you need to come see me first. I don't know about other, I need a man to come to the house first so I can be blessed. And it became part of me until I left that culture. Because I got closer to God in certain areas, and he had to rule, not the way I was raised. We are trying to get God's blessings with our own methods. And God said, I'll bless you if you follow my methods. I'll change you. And watch this now. He says, if you can follow my methods, then, read Joshua 1, 6, 7, and 8, you'll make your way prosperous. And then you'll be a great success. It ain't about what other folk doing. God is constantly in change, bringing us closer to him. And he's saying, the closer you get to me, the more you'll have to change. You're going to have to forgive some folk. You're going to have to stop talking about folk. You're going to have to start giving to people. You're going to have to start opening up your arms and embracing folk. You're going to have to start changing the way you speak, the way you walk, the places you go. What's this? Here's the scary part. You're going to have to start doing some stuff that ain't comfortable to you. It's amazing how many of us get an unction from God, and you know God is telling you to move, do this, do that, and you sit there in resistance. You're stressed. Even when we give an invitation to Christ, there are folk in here who are not saved, and they'll sit there in the midst of crisis. And they know God is saying, come forth. They know God is saying this. Many of you on your job, God has given you an utterance, has given you something that takes you out of your character. And we sit and we hold ourselves back. That doesn't fit me. God said it fits me. And if it fits me, it should fit you. Why are you trying to waste so much time being what you're not and what I promoted you from? Everybody under the sound of my voice right now is in line for a fresh promotion. I need everybody standing. Everybody standing. Everybody standing. I don't know who I was sent here with this for this morning, but I'm here to tell you. God says, I'm not concerned about where you've been. I'm excited about where I'm trying to take you. How are you managing the crisis and stress of this moment of promotion? Because if you can follow me, God says, through this, what's this now? That word is so wonderful. It doesn't really sound as spiritual as hallelujah and all that. But this is a word that you just need to throw a pew across the chair, to the sanctuary. This word called through. If you can follow me through that's a word of deliverance. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death. If you can follow me, I'm going to take you through that. And I'm going to take you from here to here. And when I prove you here, I'm going to take you from here to here. And when I prove you there, I'm going to take you from here to, and the quickness of your promotion depends on the degree of non-resistance. And say, Lord, I surrender. Lord, do what you want with me. Lord, I give up. It's amazing. And I haven't done this in a while, but there's some of you who are holding tight to status quo, and you know that God just seems like everything's been kicked away, moved out. It's just, man, if you consider everything I was used to, everything that was normal, it's just changed, and I don't know what's going on in my life, and I'm trying to hold on to some normalcy. I'm trying to hold, and God says, let go. Watch this. I have a whole new circle for you. I have whole new relationships for you. I got folk who will love you more intensely. I've got things waiting for you. I want to put you in a whole new surrounding. I've got all this for you while you're holding on to death. And I want to push you. If you know I was sent this morning just for you, and you need a push, you need the grace of God, because it is a crisis. It is stressful, and I got some fear, and I just need God to stir up something in me. If I'm talking to you, come to this altar real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick. There's a bigger you. There's an emerging you.